How Shark Tank's Robert Herjavec made his money. At the age of 8, Robert Herjavec and his family fled to Canada from the communist regime in Yugoslavia. Today, he is one of the most recognizable businessmen in North America. His company, Herjavec Group, is a Toronto-based IT security firm that reportedly realizes $150 million in annual sales. With an estimated fortune of $200 million, Herjavec has committed to personally invest more than $16 million across 54 deals that were pitched on ABC's popular reality television show Shark Tank. He also starred on Canada's version of Shark Tank, Dragon's Den, for the first 6 seasons of the show. Early life and schooling. Born in 1962, Herjavec grew up on his uncle's farm in Varazdin, in what is now Croatia. During a CBC documentary of his life, Herjavec said, "I was lucky to grow up like that. We were poor financially, but we were never devoid of spirit, or love, or support, or encouragement. In that little village, I was the most important guy to my uncle." What a great way to grow up. For the first 18 months after they left Yugoslavia, Herjavec and his family stayed in the basement of a friend. His father managed to get a job at a factory in Mississauga, Ontario. There he earned roughly $76 a week. When Herjavec arrived in Canada, he had no understanding of English. However, in 1984 he graduated with a degree in English Literature and Political Science from the University of Toronto. Beginning of his career. Herjavec began a career in the film business after graduating from college at age 22. During that time he took on a role under Billy Jack creator Tom Laughlin. He also worked as a field producer for the 1984 Winter Olympic Games in Sarajevo, back in Yugoslavia. Herjavec later left the film industry to work at a technology company. As he once explained, "One day, my best friend at the time complained that he didn't get this job with a tech company that was going to pay $30,000 a year. In 1985, that was a lot of money, so I decided to interview for it." Herjavec applied for a position at a technology company that sold computer software. Although he was not qualified for the role, Herjavec managed to get the job because he had offered to work for free for the first 6 months of his post. During that time, Herjavec learned as much as he could about the technology industry. To pay for his expenses, he waited tables at night until he received a permanent salary. As time passed, Herjavec was promoted to different roles in the company. He ultimately became the president before being fired in 1990. Following the termination of his employment at LogicQuest, Herjavec started a business with Warren Avis, the founder of Avis Rent-A-Car. His reason for becoming an entrepreneur was that he needed to pay his mortgage. In a 2012 interview with Inc. magazine, Herjavec explained, "I got fired. I was one of those guys who never wanted to start their own business. I never saw myself as a leader. I saw myself as a great number 2. I just wanted to do a good job and make a little more money every year. Herjavec later sold his interest in that business for $60,000. Herjavec then started a technology business, Brack Systems, on his own from his basement. The company quickly became the largest internet security firm in Canada. It was acquired by AT&T, Inc. in 2000 for $30.2 million. After the acquisition, Herjavec took on the role of vice president of sales at another computer business called Ramp Network. The company was shortly sold to Nokia for $225 million. In an effort to spend more time with his wife and children, Herjavec took a break from his career for a few years. In 2003, he started a new venture called the Herjavec Group. The company provides information security services to other companies and has grown its annual sales to $150 million in an 11-year period. 19. When asked if he had an exit strategy from the Herjavec Group, Herjavec responded, "No, I'm not selling this one. Not for a long, long time. I'm really inspired to build a billion-dollar company." Robert the Investor. In 2006, Robert Herjavec became a household name in Canada after he starred on the hit reality television series, Dragon's Den. On the show, businesses would pitch an investment opportunity to a panel of investors with the hope of making a deal with at least one investor. Herjavec starred on the show for 6 seasons. Later, Herjavec later became an investor on the American version of the show, Shark Tank. Over the 7 seasons that he has been on Shark Tank, Herjavec has committed to invest more than $16 million in a number of small businesses. The bottom line: Robert Herjavec made his fortune in the technology industry. After being fired from his job in the 1990s, Herjavec started a couple of businesses on his own out of desperation. He eventually sold his stakes in those businesses for a combined total of $30.2 million. Herjavec has since become a television personality and has invested several $million in small businesses in the United States and Canada. Today, the name Robert Herjavec is synonymous with entrepreneurial success throughout North America. Thanks for watching.